Good morning, dear student. Today we are going to discuss the synthesis of sentences, and this particular portion is for supplementary English. And while discussing this portion, we have to discuss three type of sentences, that is simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentences. So one of the ways of classifying sentences is by identifying them as being simple, compound, or complex. This grouping is done on the basis of the number and types of clauses, which are groups of words with a subject and a finite verb in a sentences. A simple sentence consists of a subject and a predicate that has only one finite verb. In other words, simple sentence consists of a single clause. For example, in a sentence below, the italicized word are finite verb form indicating the simple past, simple present, and present progressive tense. First of all, finite verb and non-finite verb. What is this difference between them? So when we consider any verb in a sentence as finite verb, means that verb is affected by the number of subject, tense of subject, other things that totally affect the form of that particular verb. Means we can change, keeping in mind the tense of that particular subject, particular sentence. We can change that finite verb into simple past, present progressive, past progressive, in future, whatever the tense we have to decide. But as far as infinite verb is concerned, we cannot, that infinite verb is not affected by number or tense of sentence or that number of that particular subject. So this is basic difference between finite verb and non-finite verb. Finite verb is changed according to situation, or we can say context of that particular sentence, and non-finite verb never changed. So it is not affected by the number of number of subject and the tense of that particular sentence. So there are some examples given there. First of all, one thing is most important. We have to discuss three type of sentences here: simple, compound, and complex sentence. So it is totally one of the way of classifying whether that particular sentence is simple sentence, or whether that particular sentence is complex sentence, or whether that particular sentence is complex sentence. We have to decide, we have to recognize first, then we have to synthesize, then we have to convert that sentence into simple to compound, and compound to complex. So what is the way of identifying them? So when we consider simple sentence, we have to recognize that particular sentence on the basis of the finite verb. And so simple sentence consists of a subject. Subject means, you know very well, doer of the action, the performer of the action, and the predicates, what that particular subject do, that is predicate with the help of verb. Predicate that has only one finite verb. One finite verb, it means that verb is affected by the number of subject, means if it is plural or singular. Then tense of the sentence means whether we have to denote in a simple past or simple present or past perfect. That is that particular verb is affected with this all things. And other words, simple sentence consists of single clause. Single clause means in sentence below, single clause means that must have the single finite verb and predicate. In a sentence discuss italicized words are finite form indicating finite verb form indicating the simple past, simple present and present progressive. So Balu skipped, that is second form of verb, means it is finite verb. We have to denote when that Balu skipped. We have to denote that action in simple past tense. Then my sister writes poetry. My sister is singular. My sister is singular, that's why the that writes has the suffix s, and poetry. My sister writes poetry. If sisters were plural, then we have to omit the suffix s in simple present tense. We have learned all that while discussing tenses. Many young girls are opting for aerospace engineering. Many young girls are. Many young girl, if it is only singular form, there should be the is. That are can be changed into is, that are can be changed into am. This is totally depend on we can say the number, if your subject is singular or plural. So it is totally depend on your subject of number of your subject. The man entered the low mud hut. It is also depend on in which tense we have to denote our action. So in nutshell, we have to keep in mind that finite verb is changed according to situation of the subject. According to situation, that we have to denote whether if it is, we have to denote in simple present, simple past, past progressive, present progressive, whatever it may be. According to situation, that finite verb form of that finite verb is changed. But as far as non-finite verb is concerned, there is no change in the form of that verb, because it is not affected by the number of the sentence and the tense that any verb denotes. The above sentences represent basic structure, means subject plus verb, subject plus predicate. Then the above sentence represent basic structure, and it is it is possible to expand these simple sentences by adding adjectives. Adjective, you know very well, that describe noun, that is called adjective. Then adverb, that generally describe, give extra information about the verb, extra information about the action, in what way that action was completed or complete or is going on. And then phrases means this is group of words that describe something. So but you have to keep in mind, see, in simple sentence there is only one finite verb and subject. We can expand the structure of that particular basic structure, the basic sentence, by adding adjective, adverb and phrases. So the above sentence has been repeated here. Balu skipped excitedly. This is we can say we have add here adverb Balu skipped, but how? Excitedly. But it is also though we have expand that basic structure with the help of adverb, but that sentence remains simple sentence because there is only one finite verb. Then my talented sister, here talented is adjective. We have add talented before sister. That talented, this word adjective give extra information about the noun sister. My talented sister writes poetry. Inspired by Kalpana Chawla, many young girls are opting for aerospace engineer. Many girls are opting for aerospace engineer. This is basic structure. We have added inspired by Kalpana Chawla. So inspired is also verb, but that inspire is infinite verb, because we can change The form of are opting into is opting. If we use the singular girl, young, many young, we have to omit then many young girl is opting for aerospace engineering. We can change the structure of that basic structure, that is the finite verb are opting. We can change into is opting, we can change it to has been opting, but we cannot change inspired. We have to keep it because it is infinite verb, and with the help of infinite verb we can make a phrase. We have added their phrase inspired by Kalpana Chawla, and then we have added that phrase to basic structure, and we have expanded that particular sentence. Having crossed the paddy field, the man entered a low mud hut. Here is also having crossed. It is also crossed. It is phrase we have made with the present past participle of that particular sentence. We cannot change this infinite verb. We can change the basic structure, means entered. We can make it entering. We can make it will enter. So such type of changes can be happened in finite verb, but such type of changes does not do not happen in infinite verb. Then you might have understood one thing, that in simple sentence there is only basic structure. We can expand that basic structure with the help of adding adverb, adjective, and phrases. We can make that phrases adding infinite verbs there and phrasal verbs there. Okay. Then note, there is one note that
दादा शुभम दादा आले नोटबुक दे म्हणता ना गोष्ट करायची तुमची बाट.
Note that in the phrases at the beginning of the last two sentences above, inspired and having cross are non-infinite verb. Means non-finite means infinite verbs, but past participle and perfect participle form, which do not reflect tense, number, or persons. Thus, in the following sentences, inspired and having crossed are non-finite verbs, mean infinite verb, while opt, opts, opted, as well as entered is entering, and are entering are finite verb. In nutshell, means we cannot change the form of infinite verb. We have to only change. We can change the form of finite verb. So, while studying simple sentence, we have to keep in mind the simple sentence consists of only one finite verb and one verb, one subject. We can add, we can expand that the basic structure of that simple sentence by adding adverb, adjective, and phrases. That phrases can be formed with the help of infinite verbs. Okay. Then inspired by Kalpana Chawla in such way, inspired by Kalpana Chawla, many young girls opt for aerospace. Here we haven't used opts because girls, the subject of the number of that subject is plural. That's why there is only opt. Inspired by Kalpana Chawla, young girl is singular subject. That's why we have to add suffix s, opts. Inspired by Kalpana Chawla, young girl opted. We have to denote that action into simple past. That's why we have changed the form of that verb. We have made it a simple past. So, while observing these three sentences, we come to know that the phrasal verbs, why the phrase inspired by Kalpana Chawla, inspired by Kalpana Chawla, inspired by Kalpana Chawla, the three sentences, this phrase in three sentences is same, but we have changed the basic structure, means the finite verb. Opt become opts, then opted. So it means we have to keep in mind we can change only form of. It is opt, opted. This is opt is finite verb, and inspired is infinite verb. and we have create that phrase with the help of infinite verb. So in nutshell, we have to keep in mind that we can't change the form of infinite verb. We have to change only, we can change the form of finite verb. So we can expand our the another thing we have to keep in mind, we can expand our basic structure with the help of or by adding the phrase like inspired by Kalpana Chawla, then sister, instead of then after adding talented, we have add there we what we can say adjective. We can expand the basic structure by adding adverb. In such way we can expand the basic structure of simple sentence. But first thing and last thing we have to keep in mind, simple sentence consists of only one finite verb and one subject. Okay, the remaining portion we will discuss in next video. Thank you.